Cup football comes to One Oak Field tonight as FC Tulsa entertain League One side Chattanooga Red Wolves. With just 1 point to show from round one and round two, FC Tulsa will need to keep their hopes alive with a win tonight. Good evening, everybody. Welcome into One Oak Field. Dave Saunders, joined by former professional Anna Berglund. Anna, you know, a break from the league, Cup football, League One side, but when that whistle goes, it's even playing field, right?
Absolutely, and all the teams prepare the same. Definitely want to come out with high intensity, and both teams, as you mentioned, coming in needing the points tonight.
Well, we're delighted to be joined by FC Tulsa defender Delence Pierre. First season, Delence, with FC Tulsa. How have you found it so far?
It's been really good. Huge eye-opening experience. The group is amazing, the coaching staff's amazing, and the fans are amazing too, and so I'm really happy I came.
Yeah, FC Tulsa really raising the bar this season, likely just bringing in players like yourself, helping to do that. Talk about the intensity in practice and just the new standard amongst the team.
It's a huge change from the previous years, I believe, going off of what the coaches and the previous players have told me. I think the trainings are a lot more intense. We have a huge emphasis on culture, and I think that's really helping us gain our momentum and our form this season.
That's great. A new opponent tonight with the Red Wolves. Talk about how you guys prepared and what you can expect from this evening.
So we did a lot of film during the week and a lot of film on ourselves also. And there are some tendencies that the Red Wolves go through, for example, low block or being very direct. And we adjusted some trainings to that to help us navigate the issues and challenges during the game to help us be successful.
That's great.
And Delence, finally, you know, you're a centre-back. There's competition, isn't there, for places pretty much in every position?
Yes, there's a lot of competition everywhere, and I really think it drives us forward as a group. Everyone's pushing day in and day out to get better, and overall it's better for the group.
Delence Pierre, thank you so much for joining us tonight. He can't wait, we can't wait to get this one underway. We'll be back with starting lineups and, of course, round three of the Jägermeister Cup. It is FC Tulsa versus the Chattanooga Red Wolves.
I couldn't lay down, I couldn't stand up.
My shoulder blade and the muscles between the shoulder blades.
Bent over, couldn't stand up straight.
The pain just got progressively worse.
Turns out that I had scoliosis.
When I walked into Tulsa Spine and Rehab for the first time, I definitely felt very welcomed.
Dr. Riley, I just made an automatic connection.
He's going to take care of you and your needs and get you going.
I walked out of here and I didn't have a crick in my neck anymore.
There is truly here the desire to help people get better.
What does it take to safely transport 1/3 of America's natural gas? To meet the ever-growing energy demands of revolutionary technologies? To cleanly, reliably, and affordably power the world? It takes experience. 117 years worth. Experience that helps society move towards brave new horizons in technology and innovation that continues powering the future of our nation and the globe. Experience powers us.
Dear future Charlie, Mom said life is full of opportunities. She also said life is full of learning new things. Really, really cool new things. And when you have the right tools, there are a lot of skills to learn. If we all do the best we possibly can, you just never know whose life might
change for the better.
Well, tonight's match is brought to you by Ascension St. John, who are proud to care for our community on and off the field. Trusted for 100 years, we're here for every goal, every game, every step of the way. Visit us at ascension.org/St. John. From Bill Knight Ford, who's a proud sponsor of FC Tulsa. Bill Knight Ford is Oklahoma's #1 Ford dealer for 15 years running. Stop by today and get your hands on your new Ford today. Bill Knight, home of the Knight Advantage. by Williams, we make clean energy happen. And by Jägermeister, who are proud to be the presenting sponsor of the inaugural USL Jägermeister Cup. Take a shot at glory and celebrate the magic of this exciting new tournament all year long. And please drink responsibly. Well, we're a few seconds away from kickoff. Just time to have a look at the lineups. And Anna Bergel alongside me. That is a very attacking FC Tulsa lineup.
It absolutely is. Looking for a lot of goals this evening. Taylor Carrera leading the charge with 6 USL Championship goals, but surrounded by a lot of talent, Dave.
As for the road starting 11, welcome in for the first time ever to One Oak Field for Chattanooga Red Wolves. Look for Bentley up front. He's already got 4 goals this season. And also there's a start for Jason Smith in goal as we get underway here on a very sunny Saturday evening at One Oak Field. This is round 3 of the Jägermeister Cup, and already there is a free kick for the visitors who are playing in all red tonight up against FC Tulsa in all white tonight. So pretty simple with the kits. Jason Smith, the Chattanooga Red Wolves goalkeeper, all new, and as you can see, 3-man wall. Big night for him as he makes his first start in an FC Tulsa shirt. Free kick then for the Red Wolves. It's on the right. Ball is played into the area. There's a good header away. Sunshine here are plenty in One Oak Field as FC Tulsa clear their lines, but the ball is played confidently back to Jason Smith, who left foots the ball long. Underneath this one, Arthur Rogers to head it back to halfway. But this is a good start from the visitors. Anna, who dump a ball down, looking for Bentley. And that one is out, and that will be a goal kick. Let's have a look at the injury report. And Anna, we spoke to Delence-Pierre de Lamar Batista, 2 centre-backs out there. Also Al-Hassan Toure and Andrew Booth. So none that we know about for Chattanooga Red Wolves, but, you know, a few injuries to be sorted out for FC Tulsa.
Yeah, but in talking with Delence-Pierre, you know, he talked about the strength of the squad and the competition among some of these, you know, positions all around the field. So it just continues to raise the level and opportunities for players to step in and make a difference. And we've seen that throughout the season for FC Tulsa. Players step in when needed, and this is a night for them to do so.
Arthur Rogers just got bundled over there. It's going to be a goal kick. As I said, for Cole Johnson for FC Tulsa in the 3rd round of the Jägermeister Cup. FC Tulsa so far 1 point, as I said in the open, from the first 2 games. That came from a penalty shootout that they get, going back to AB Sissoko. Arthur Rogers. Ball down the right-hand side, looking for Alex Dillou. Interesting, and as we look down, that Lucas Storfer, who's predominantly left-footed, is playing at right-back, and Owen Darm, who's right-footed, playing at left-back. So Luke Spencer's seen something here he wants from those two tonight.
No, it's a good call-out, because especially coming into this game, those types of players typically will get around the wings, around the outside, making a difference. But here, you might see the opportunity for them to cut inside using their dominant foot, maybe play through the midfield, switch the point of attack, or maybe just try from another angle, long-range effort. So something different from Luke Spencer, but a good point, and it'll be interesting to see just tactically how these two teams match up.
And you could argue for FC Tulsa it's a 4-3-3, but as I looked down there, it looked almost like a 4-2-1-3. So they're certainly playing 3 up top. Something for the 5 at the back for the Red Wolves to be aware of. Here's Alex Dillou. That's a good ball. There's a shot along the ground, but saved by Jason Smith. The shot was from Owen Darm, and he hit that one with his left foot. He does play with both feet as we tell you about Scott McKenzie, the Chattanooga Red Wolves coach. Became the head coach in October of 2023. He was born in Dunfermline there in Scotland and was raised in Derby in England, and he absolutely loves Chattanooga. He said it's a wonderful place to go to work every day, and he's done a very fine job. Anna, you and I were looking at their statistics, and okay, there was the blip in the last league game, 3-1 loss at Greenville, but before that was the first loss in 7, so they're going well in the league.
And that's definitely, something to focus on with them. You mentioned the 5 in the back and just the consistency they've been able to have throughout this season. And obviously, 6 games unbeaten is tough to do, but they have their own mission this season. And we talked about the excitement of cup play too, Dave, heading into this game, and they want to make a statement, and they want to come in here and as an away team and try to get the points here.
5 minutes gone here at Wallet Field, 0-0. Here's Diallo. It's very well read by Owen Green, who's playing as a right back now. Calera. It's just overhit that one for Jamie Webber. Calera, who's come back into the team, has got 6 goals this season, and Luke Spencer rates him very, very highly. Of course, Luke Spencer, in his first season at the helm, was the assistant coach last season, and he has had a very fine start to his managerial career, Anna.
He has, and just with the squad that he's had, you can tell throughout the season, he's really just trying to put together a team on the field that can be successful. Personnel has changed in and out with injuries, but a lot of that's due to just the quality of players that they have on this team and just trying to figure out their best 11, and it raises the bar in training, and that was something Dylan Pierre mentioned as well early on in the broadcast. It just has raised the intensity of the club and has helped them be successful so far this season.
Throw in then to be taken by Owen Green in his 5th start of the season. Goes back to Omar Gomez and then back to Jason Smith. Both of these teams desperate for a win tonight to keep their qualifications from the group stage alive. There's Bentley with the ball into the box, but out comes Cole Johnson. Johnson played all 4 years at SMU down there in Dallas, 52 matches from 2021 to 2023, and in his senior year was actually voted goalkeeper of the year. So a nice moment for him to get a game. Of course, Johan Peñaranda is on the bench, the goalkeeper for FC Tulsa, who's been so prolific this season. Free kick to FC Tulsa. Playing from right to left on your screens. Thank you for your company here on ESPN Plus and also here locally on My 41 here in Tulsa. Dave Saunders joined by former professional Anna Bergel. Delu can't just keep that one in. Lelin did very well there, the 23-year-old playing as the left back in the 5. He's going to leave this one for Eric Kinzer. First meeting between these two in the history of both clubs. Sissoko goes back to Johnson, who clears towards Alex Delu. Again, that's over the top and will be out for a throw-in. 8.5 minutes gone, 0-0. As we tell you that Gera Signs are industry leaders in visa processing for professional athletes. They work hard off the field for the players to succeed on it. Reach out today for your organisation's consultation. On by Elliot Goldthorpe there. Throw into FC Tulsa. Lucas Storfer with it. Anna, your assessment of the first 9 minutes, both teams kind of feeling out the formations here in this cup match?
Yeah, definitely, and I think it's been a good start from the Red Wolves as well, coming in kind of in that underdog position, but they've done well applying pressure to FC Tulsa, and FC Tulsa, I think, just trying to, figure themselves out tactically, try to settle into a rhythm with possession. They had the shot from Owen Dawn, but still wanting to apply some pressure.
Goldthorpe, left-footed ball, but he's got that one slightly wrong. That's out for a goal kick. Elliot Goldthorpe, who was born in Leeds, on loan from Lexington Soccer Club, did play against FC Tulsa in May in the 2-0 defeat. Good signing. And there is Jason Smith in his 8th start this season, the 22-year-old. He's had 3 clean sheets this season. Ball is out. FC Tulsa building from the back. Arthur Rogers sliding it down the right-hand side to Storfer. That one did come off Storfer. Was signed from Lexington Soccer Club in April. Played his college ball, Storfer, at Creighton. Originally from Kentucky, the 30-year-old. Also played for El Paso and Las Vegas Lights. There he is in the thick of things again. Serrato having a little word as well. Free kick then for the Red Wolves. Just inside the FC Tulsa half. Just to repeat, in group play, the top 2 teams progress, and at the moment that is Indy 11 and Birmingham Legion. Ball is headed in field, into the box, headed away. FC Tulsa desperate to clear their lines, and in the end they do with Delu's overhead kick. But this is a good start from the Chattanooga Red Wolves here, Anna, at One Oak Field.
It is. They've really brought the energy, and they're doing a great job trying to spread apart this FC Tulsa defense and find dangerous balls in behind and forcing them to defend properly. So it's a really, really good start from them. And
and Lelling got a great ball in, and that's it's gone in. Well, I was waiting for the ball to cross the line. It was really good work from the left-hand side from Lelling, and it was turned in by Michael Knapp for his 3rd goal of the season. And in the 13th minute is FC Tulsa 0, the Chattanooga Red Wolves 1.
We were just talking about the start from the Red Wolves, and a dangerous ball played in, collects himself, and really just gets enough on it where Johnson's just not able to bring that one in. And Chattanooga Red Wolves FC getting the first goal of the evening here after a great start, and something to show for it here in the first 12 minutes.
Cole Johnson is beaten, as I said, in the 13th minute. Michael Knapp, the 25-year-old, has scored both of his goals before tonight, home and away against FC Naples. Scores his first goal in the Jägermeister Cup, his 3rd of the season. And FC Tulsa are behind. Goldthorpe keeps it in. Here's Calera. And they've won a Katrina Fresh-Max corner, and a quick response needed here, Anna, from the home side.
It's always important those next 5 minutes after a goal is scored defensively for the Red Wolves, needing to stay switched on and not be lackadaisical in their approach. But FC Tulsa, just how can they raise the intensity here after going down early at home?
Jamie Webber. Right-footed ball to the far post. Delu heads it back into the danger area. Waters was in there. The crowd wanted a handball, and the referee says no. Well, certainly it hit a defender, Anna. Whether it was the hand, we'd have to have another look. But the referee adamant there was nothing going on.
It was another good build-up from FC Tulsa. The header back across the face of goal gave them a really good opportunity, but well defended ultimately from the Red Wolves, and another chance here.
Owen Dahm, where's this one going to fall? Belted away in the end by Vasquez. The ball kept, well, I was going to say it was kept in. It seemed to take an age for it to cross the line, and Cole Johnson couldn't get on the end of that one. Now, Luke Spencer is being spoken to by the referee. Obviously upset about something. Having a discussion now with the referee. 1-0 to the Chattanooga Red Wolves, who've come into town and acquitted themselves very well. I know they got their formation sorted out pretty early. There's a yellow card for Luke Spencer, the Lacoste Law yellow card, but you've got to credit the opposition here. They've come in, they've got their reward with a goal in the 13th minute.
Definitely, they look comfortable in their formation, and it's important in games like this when you have those chances to take advantage. As FC Tulsa, that ball going just a bit too wide, but the Red Wolves, when you have that momentum, when you have those chances in these games, taking advantage, and they've done just that. And I think FC Tulsa, it's one of those things where you come into a game, you know, you're playing a new opponent, trying to establish yourself early, and now they find themselves chasing the game a bit.
Long throw here from Owen Darm. Welcome into all the Chattanooga Red Wolves fans who are tuning into this broadcast. You're very welcome here to One Oak Field in downtown Tulsa, and obviously your boys are doing the business at the moment with the early goal. Now, where's the ball going to fall? It's going to fall to Calera. Calera trying to get the ball in, but it's going to be a goal kick. It's Taylor Carrera, 9 goals, cup and league, 6 in the league. And he's had a good season in his first season, Anna, and they'll be looking for him to lead the line tonight.
He has. He's been one of those players for FC Tulsa that has just been consistent in and around the area, does a great job just creating chances as well with his runs off the ball. So that's something that FC Tulsa will look to here, especially being down a goal early, to see if he can find more of that ball and create opportunities.
FC Tulsa have had a shot with Owen Darm, well saved by Jason Smith. Talking of Darm, that comes off his leg. Throw in for Owen Green down that right hand side. Sissoko just holds off Mercer, and it goes back to Cole Johnson. Arthur Rogers to Stauffer. Stauffer in the sunshine down in that corner of the field. Free kick for FC Tulsa for the push by Kinsner, who pleads his innocence. Chance for FC Tulsa to get the players of the height of AB Sissoko forward as they plant this one in. Jamie Webber, the South African who was signed, the 27-year-old, this season. He got in the team of the week after his man of the match performance in Sacramento, did Jamie Webber. Can he plant a decent ball in here behind the red line of shirts? Referee blows the whistle. Plenty of jostling for position. Webber waits. There it is, to the far post. There's a push, and the referee said there was not enough of a push. It's Boubacar Diallo who went down, but nothing doing from the referee, Anna.
No, Webber, that ball just a bit too much on it. It goes wide. You saw players running into that back post, but the Red Wolves able to defend properly here and have the opportunity to reset. We'll get another quick look here at the replay. Webber's ball looking for that back post. Definitely some shoving, but nothing too much there. Referee says play on. And now FC Tulsa finds themselves defending here in their defensive half as the Red Wolves trying to find another one.
Well, from the ER to orthopedics to brain surgery, Ascension St John has got you covered. Visit us at ascension.org/St John. Goal kick for FC Tulsa. Crowd quietly expectant. It's a warm night. It's been strange weather in Tulsa. We had some storms this week and this morning till around about midday, but it's been a beautiful day since then. And here's Goldthorpe trying to make it a beautiful day for FC Tulsa. Good ball into the box. Knapp hits it up into the air. Calera heads down and in! Oh, Calera, he just waited for the ball to come down and he thought, why not? Just headed into the corner. He brings the scores level. It's his 10th goal of the season. It's FC Tulsa 1, Chattanooga Red Wolves 1.
Talked about Taylor Carrera could be the player that is the difference for FC Tulsa. Ball gets played in. This is an interesting one. The Red Wolves not really challenging Carrera there. They're all looking at each other, and Carrera says, why not? Great header, low into the corner. Able to find the equalizer here for FC Tulsa in a big way and reignites One Oak Field.
Now the ball's headed on and goes through to Cole Johnson. 1-1 the score, game on. Well, Declan Waters might look back on that and say that he could have made a challenge on Taylor Calera, but Calera did well to just guide the header. It wasn't a powerful header, Andrew. It was just so well guided into the corner.
It was, and especially when you're in that moment as a forward, you know, have to keep your eye on the ball. And really, he's likely expecting some contact there, Dave. And so I think that's where, as a forward, he was doing everything right, kind of watching that ball in, knew where he was going to head it in, but ultimately didn't get any contact. And the Red Wolves defense, I think you're right, go back at that and look in film, and that might have been a miss.
Knapp's pushing in the midfield. Referee's in there again just to sort things out. He's having a chat with Jamie Webber now. Well, the USL on the CBS Sports Network continues the first week in July with 3 hot matchups. Birmingham Legion FC takes on Charleston Battery at 8 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday, July the 2nd. Last season's champions Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC welcome Lou City FC on Friday, July the 4th at 9 p.m. Eastern. And Charleston Battery battle it out with North Carolina FC on Sunday, July the 6th at 5 p.m. Eastern. Catch all the action on the CBS Sports Network. Some mouth-watering matchups there for you 3 days running. Here at One Oak Field, it's the 3rd round of the Jägermeister Cup, and it's some game we've got on. Chattanooga Red Wolves took the lead in the 13th minute, and FC Tulsa have just equalised in the 20th minute through their top goal scorer, Taylor Calera, who goes to double figures in League and Cup. It's his first one in the Jägermeister Cup. One the score. Here's Goldthorpe. Arthur Rogers striding forward from centre back as he loves to do. Stauffer, Rogers curls it. Didn't get enough of a curl on it, but a good build up. And Arthur Rogers, that's typical of his play, isn't it? Coming out from the centre back berth to make that little run into the midfield.
Which is really dangerous when he does that, because as a player, you have your marks, you have your space defensively of where you're supposed to be, but as soon as a center back comes, all bets are off, especially if there's pace through the midfield, and so it just really creates a dangerous situation and a bit of confusion, usually for defenses, if it's done well, and Arthur Rogers has done a great job of that throughout the season, and kind of brings an extra weapon for FC Tulsa when he's able to do that.
Referee has had to blow the whistle a few times. The challenge unfairly was from Grayson Mercer. There's Boubacar Diallo. There's the referee having a quiet word with Mercer and just saying something along the lines of keep your eyes on the football when you're challenging. 25th minute, 1-1. Good game of cup football this. Here's Serrato. Storfer back to Serrato. Alex DeLu, who's having a really good season for FC Tulsa. Lively player, twisting and turning. Here he is again, trying to play the ball into the area. Referee let the play go on there. And Sissoko tidies up. Arthur Rogers now, long raking ball, trying to bring in Elliot Goldthorpe. Goldthorpe got a good first touch on it, but it's good defending from Owen Green, but Goldthorpe's won the throw-in, which Owen Darm takes short here to Boubacar Diallo. Crowd getting behind their team. Green did well to dispossess Goldthorpe there, but it's given away. Storfer with Matthew Bentley. FC Tulsa have grown into this game, Anna, and the ball over the top here for Owen Darm. He's inside the area. Could it be a goal for Darm? He hit it straight at the goalkeeper, Jason Smith. Owen Darm was found beautifully from the back. Did everything right apart from beat the goalkeeper, who makes a good save.
Great opportunity for FC Tulsa. We'll get another look here at the replay. Well-timed ball over the top, and Owen Darm able to hold his ground there, create a bit of space for the shot, but just isn't able to find that corner. He had enough behind it, but ultimately not able to find the back of the net. It looks like there will be a pause in play here. Both teams head to the sidelines.
Yeah, there's Owen Darm. Had to miss a match through suspension after picking up 2 yellow cards. And Darm hitting that shot straight at the goalkeeper, Jason Smith, who's okay now. And as Anna said, there's a hydration break, unofficial at the moment. 1-1 the score.
And David, it's been an exciting match so far between these two teams. Haven't played each other before, but we'll get a quick look here at how we've arrived at our score. Knapp being the first one to get on the board for Red Wolves SC. They started the game off really strong, able to switch the point of attack. We'll get another look here. Great ball in off of the wing, able to collect himself and just gets enough on it where Cole Johnson's not able to bring that one in, but just finds that little pocket of space and really catches FC Tulsa kind of off guard there. Get the point, but then Taylor Carrera with some space isn't challenged by the Red Wolves SC defenders. We'll get another look at it here, but a really well-timed header, knew exactly where he wanted to put it, and FC Tulsa able to get the equalizer.
I'll tell you what, the only, I guess, looking at that again, Declan Waters, who was watching it, I was watching the ball and it was swirling around a little bit, but I guess if you're being ultra harsh, you'd say, hey, he should have made a challenge. That's his ball there as a central defender, but the ball was swirling around a little bit, and Carrera in frame there read it so well, didn't he?
He did, and you can't take away just his ability to do that. And I think it's one of those just kind of awkward balls that goes up in the air, but when you have a player of his caliber, and if he gets a little bit of space, he's able to be dangerous in those positions, and that was just exactly what he did. And we knew that he was going to be one of those players for FC Tulsa to step up and try to find that equalizer, and he did just that. Now FC Tulsa trying to defend here as the Red Wolves applying some pressure.
Ball is out for a Red Wolves throw-in. Interesting in this group, the top 2, Indy 11 and Birmingham Legion, are now in a penalty shootout. We'll let you know how that one ends up. Of course, both teams will get at least a point from that, because one of the good things that will happen is that in a penalty shootout, as FC Tulsa found out, if you lose, Anna, you get 1 point. 2, obviously, if you win the shootout. Throw in for Chattanooga Red Wolves, who took the lead, been pegged back. It's 1-1. There's a throw in. Well, as the world demands low-cost, low-carbon energy, Williams will be there with the best transport, storage and delivery solutions. Williams, we make clean energy happen. Throw in then for Chattanooga Red Wolves with Owen Green into the area, and it will be a goal kick. Both teams wanted their respective corner or goal kick, and it's gone the way of the home side. There's Johnson, who's been beaten in the 13th minute. Owen Darm, who's had a busy night already. Waters gets a good header down there, and then he's battling away as the Irishman, and in the end Clara was adjudged to a foul. The referee tonight, by the way, is Matt Thompson, assisted by Clarence Clark and Marcus Bennett, and the fourth official tonight is Carlos Rodriguez. And plenty of fouls in this game. Nothing malicious, Anna, but just two competitive sides going at it.
And you knew coming into this game, with both teams needing the points to give themselves an opportunity to advance, but you mentioned it, nothing too crazy, nothing malicious, but you knew the intensity in this game would be high.
Goldthorpe going over the top, looking for the goal scorer, Calera. Gomez did really well to turn away and play a neat ball into the midfield. That's good play from the League One side. It's the last ball over the top, but it goes all the way through to the grateful Cole Johnson. We can watch the USL Championship in Spanish on 2DN, the nation's leading Spanish language sports network. Oakland Roots SC face off against Detroit City FC on July the 5th at 10 p.m. Eastern. Go to uslchampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. Here's Diallo. All worked out to Owen Darm, who will cross the halfway line and play it back now to AB Sissoko. You see Tulsa enjoying more of the possession now. They've settled into the game. Diallo goes past two, threads it through to Weber. Sissoko brings it down on halfway, plays it out to Elliot Goldthorpe. Goldthorpe plays the ball, tries to play it in, but only to the head of Declan Waters. Good run from Owen Green here. Nat, the goal scorer, with Omar Gomez. Nat now lays it off to Yelefi, the 31-year-old Brazilian, the captain in the centre of the midfield. There's a long ball over the top. Arthur Rogers will see this one out, and it will be a goal kick for FC Tulsa. And we've got 12 minutes to go to half-time. Anna, what's your assessment so far, the first 33 minutes of this Jägermeister round 3 game?
I think you really have to give a lot of credit to the opposition coming into, you know, a tough environment on the road, and it's easy to look on paper and see League One versus USL Championship and kind of write them off, and they came in and really brought it to FC Tulsa and able to get that first goal. And I think it forced FC Tulsa to, you know, look at themselves and kind of raise their intensity and raise their standard. And to their credit, Taylor Carrera, who we knew might be that player that gets them back in this game, is able to score a great goal and find the equalizer. So it's been really fun to watch. Both teams have had their moments. The Red Wolves have definitely challenged FC Tulsa. Knapp with the goal, beating Cole Johnson, and they've had their moments. And FC Tulsa trying here to continue to, apply pressure, keep possession, and do what they like to do. But it's been a well-fought battle between these two.
Owen Darm chipping the ball too close to the goalkeeper. And it remains 1-1, playing the 35th minute here. Can tell you that tonight, forward Madison in this group have beaten one Knoxville by 1-0. That puts them on 4 points. Now here's Elliot Goldthorpe. Round 2, round 3, gives it to Weber. Weber to Calera. Calera can't get it from under his feet. He can now. Back to Goldthorpe. They just couldn't get the ball into a clear shooting position. Good play, though, from Calera and Elliot Goldthorpe, Anna.
Just trying to create a bit of space for themselves to get the shot off. But coming into this game, that was something FC Tulsa was aware of. The Red Wolves have that 5-back system.
No, there's a chance for Weber, and it's gone in. The South African makes it 2-1 on the night. The ball came into the box, and he stroked it home. Jamie Weber gets the lead for FC Tulsa in the 36th minute. FC Tulsa 2, Chattanooga Red Wolves 1.
Again, really good play from FC Tulsa, finding the wings, and Weber holding his run just enough and able to find the back of the net. He made that look easy, but FC Tulsa able to spread that out. We were talking about that block, the defense from the Red Wolves, and FC Tulsa able to find a creative way around it. And then that ball into the box. We'll get another look here at the replay. Ball out wide, one-time ball in, and Weber does a great job there, just holding his run, allowing other players around him to crash the box, but he creates a bit of space by just slowing down just a bit. And a great finish, and FC Tulsa finds themselves with the lead now.
Jamie Weber scores the goal. There he is. The man from Cape Town, South Africa, 27-year-old. He represented his country at under 23 level. He's got a player down. It's a defender for the Chattanooga Red Wolves. It's Waters who's getting some treatment here. It looks like a knee injury, or certainly a right leg injury. And we await the kickoff. Well, soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek. Your ticket to great seats. FC Tulsa, if this result stood, would go to 4 points and 3rd place. Of course, the top 2 go through, Anna, but you've got to keep your eye on the wild cards as well. So there's still a chance for FC Tulsa to make it through to those quarterfinals.
And this is one of those games where it's easy to, talk through scenarios and what if this happens and which point here. But if you're FC Tulsa or the Red Wolves, just needing to control what you can control, and at this point just see how the chips fall. But as of right now, FC Tulsa looking in a good position after coming back from being down a goal early.
Well, Tulsa Spine and Rehab are a team of specialists in one place, delivering lasting pain relief. Jamie Weber had a goal disallowed in the last game here at One Oak Field against Phoenix Rising, so it'd be great relief for him to have turned that ball in. It did take a little deflection on the way in. Similar, actually, Anna, that goal, wasn't it, to the one that Knapp scored in the 13th minute, where it hit a leg and almost wrong foots the goalkeeper a little bit. 2 similar goals. 39th minute, there will be a few minutes added on for the injuries and the hydration break that we had. Serato. Sissoko looking for Goldthorpe. Well, he kept it from going from throwing, but it goes out for a goal kick. He's impressed me, Goldthorpe. He's a good signing Luke Spencer was explained to me that, you know, he's been very good in training. He's come in, he knows his game, and he's enjoying being on loan here from Lexington Soccer Club. Have you been impressed with his play?
He's been fun to watch, and he's had some really good footwork as well. You can tell he's a very technical player, and so far this game as well, it's been fun to watch. You've seen Owen Dom try to do that overlapping run, Goldthorpe cut inside, so he's really found his rhythm with the squad.
Diallo! What a shot, wonderful save from Jason Smith. Well, Diallo just picked the ball up in the midfield. Here's the ball into the box again, headed down from Goldthorpe. Another wonderful save from Jason Smith. Still the danger not over. Calera tries to turn, but Declan Waters has been dispossessed. Calera now, can he get a ball in? He can, to the back of the box. Owen Dom hits a shot, it hits the leg. And somehow the Red Wolves survive and belt the ball up the other end. And Suzuka will now clear. Two wonderful saves for the young Jason Smith, the 22-year-old, in the Red Wolves goal.
Dave, and you're finally able to take a breath after all of that flurry of activity. FC Tulsa did such a great job in and around the 18, but the Red Wolves able to find a way to limit that clear-cut chance on frame. We'll have to get another look at the activity, but FC Tulsa settling things down now, trying to switch the point of attack potentially and keep the pressure going on this Red Wolves defense.
Diallo hit that shot very sweetly with his left foot. And it was a good low save from Smith. Here's Rogers now to Stauffer. Back to Rogers. Practice that one a lot where it comes back to Rogers so you can loop the ball in. It's just overdone that one for Stauffer. Jason Smith, as I said earlier in the commentary, has had 3 clean sheets. The last one on the 10th of May, 0-0 at Richmond, but these were 2 very good saves, Anna.
2 really good saves. Goldthorpe almost sneaks it in that far post with a quality header, but then FC Tulsa just continuing to apply that pressure from all angles, and the Red Wolves able to weather that storm.
Powerful header forward, headed back to Jason Smith. Good game of cup football this. The goals timed at 12 minutes when Knapp hit the net for his side, to give his side the lead. And then goals in the 20th and 36th minute from Calera and Weber have given the home side the 2-1 lead as we approach half-time with 3 minutes to go. Well, eFootball is here. Live your dream, rep your team and play as your favourite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now. Just out there. Just want to talk to you about the Jägermeister Cup banner. I think it's a wonderful, I'm going to see a Lacourse Law yellow card shown to Jamie Webber, presumably for something that he said. You know, it's a good format, isn't it? It gives teams extra games to be involved with. The point scoring, I think, is very good. That you can, you know, go, albeit you only get a point, but you know, if you lose the game in a penalty shootout, everybody feels sorry for you and you get a point. FC Tulsa did that in round 1, but also it gives clubs a chance to play across the leagues. So USL League One against USL Championship tonight, and of course relegation and promotion has been talked about and will be brought in. So it all goes well for soccer in this country, and you know, particularly for the USL setup.
It definitely does, and it's always fun, you know, as a player when you come into these environments. Say if you're, you know, in League One and you're playing against USL Championship, you kind of have that chip on your shoulder and you want to prove that, you know, you are able to win in these types of games. And it's also, you know, fun for FC Tulsa playing opponents that they've never played before, and you're getting exposed to different teams across the country, and I think it's just a great opportunity and environment, and it's fun to watch. Cup play, you never know what can happen. It's always really exciting, and you and I have seen that so far this season, and all of the teams involved have done a great job, and I agree with you. I think it's a really great format and something that they'll have to continue going forward.
Now, Knapp has just been given a Lacoste Law yellow card for kicking the ball away. The goal scorer goes into the referee's notebook, the third of the night. And cup football, you know, I've grown up with it in England with the FA Cup and the League Cup. It's very exciting, and you know, even this year with Plymouth Argyle beating Liverpool, and I've got a plug for my beloved Exeter City, who took it to a penalty shootout with Nottingham Forest from the Premiership. I mean, cup football is just exciting stuff because you know, you've got to progress in it somehow, and both these teams fighting for the win here tonight.
And everyone loves a Cinderella story, so it's fun to see, you know, when underdogs go up against the big guy and want to try to make an impact and see how far they can get and make a run in the tournament. And it's just fun. The quality of the USL just as a whole has just continued to get better and better, and so I think the more games that are played and the more teams that get exposed, you know, to each other in different styles and all the players involved, it's only good things from there.
5 minutes of Tulsa Tech stoppage time at the end of this really good round 3 game in the Jägermeister Cup. 2-1 FC Tulsa lead. Here's Owen Dahm playing on the left, as we mentioned earlier on in the commentary. Boubacar Diallo. Arthur Rogers late on here, swaps passes with Deleu. Now Diallo, who had that latest shot, which was well saved by Jason Smith, the goalkeeper. Here's Owen Dahm, brings it down on his knee, and that ball nearly ends up in our commentary position. Owen Dahm with maybe one last long throw. In fact, he's waiting for AB Sissoko to come up from the back. Diallo joins in. FC Tulsa have got 5 players inside the box. Here's Goldthorpe out to Dahm. Dahm digs a good ball to the far post, but that's a good catch from the goalkeeper, who collides with the post. But he's had a good first half, Jason Smith. I don't think he could have done too much with the 2 goals. And the referee is just asking for the watch to be stopped. Just seeing if the goal maybe needs putting back on the line here. But you know, he's had a pretty good first half, Jason Smith, hasn't he? He'd be pleased to make those saves and couldn't have done too much about the 2 goals.
No, I agree with you. And some of the saves that he has made, they've been quality. There have been a few shots that have been what you might call routine saves for a goalkeeper, but the shot by Diallo was electric. He made an outstanding save there. Goldthorpe had a great header low and away that Smith handled really well. So he's had some quality moments in this first half that have kept the scoreline just as tight as it's been.
There's Arthur Rogers, one of the 2 Englishmen in the FC Tulsa side. There is a 3rd Englishman on the field in the shape of Matthew Bentley. Here's Rogers, who was born in London. Slips the ball out wide to Alex Deleu. Deleu lost control of the ball really there. Here's Knapp, who scored a goal and got a yellow card for his troubles. Here is the aforementioned Bentley. Bentley's surrounded by white shirts, and FC Tulsa won it back with Calera. They defend well together, do FC Tulsa. And now they're hunting as a pack. Here's Owen Dahm. Goldthorpe stayed onside. Goldthorpe tried the shot, was blocked. Webber, scorer of the 2nd goal for FC Tulsa, to Goldthorpe. Goldthorpe towards goal, headed away by Waters. Stauffer tries to play it in. Good punch from the goalkeeper. And the referee will bring on the trainer here, because no fault of the goalkeepers, Anna. Jason Smith, most goalkeepers will just go through anything that's there. Eyes on the ball, fisted the ball away. Unfortunately, Calera got a head injury.
Right thing from the referee to stop play for a head injury, but brave goalkeeping from Smith. You see eye on the ball the entire time, strong fist. Just unfortunate when you see that happening. Carrera trying to be physical and get ahead on that ball in the moment as well, as he gets checked out here and both teams have an opportunity to take a breath and reset really moments before they head into the locker room for halftime.
And that's Destiny La Laguna, the head athletic trainer. And a quick, you and I often do this if we can, quick shout out for these wonderful people who work behind the scenes, keeping the players safe, having to deal with all the injuries and everything. And Destiny La Laguna has come in this season and done a wonderful job. So we want to say to all of them across the athletic trainers across the league, well done for all you do.
I mean, I can assure you as a former player, these players spend so much time in the training room just trying to stay healthy, trying to stay fit throughout the season. So they definitely do a lot and deserve the recognition.
And well done the referee there, because whenever there's a hint of a head injury, the game has to be stopped and the protocols will be gone through. Calera's not happy that he thought he should have had a penalty there, but I think, to be fair to the goalkeeper, as I said before, he had eyes on the ball and punched the ball away. So we've had the 5 minutes of Tulsa Tech stoppage time as the Red Bulls come forward maybe one last time. That's neat play into the box, and there was no final touch, but they've kept it in on the right hand side now. Into the box, away by Boubacar Diallo to Elliot Goldthorpe. Goldthorpe does well to hold up the play. But that was good play from the Red Bulls late on. I think it was Yanis Lelin there, the left back, who got right to the byline, some trickery, and played a good ball in. There was just no one to finish it off.
Unfortunate, looking for those players to crash the box and crash the back post, but I mean, you mentioned it. It's that type of creativity, the technical ability to create a bit of space for yourself and make something happen, and he did a great job on that far side to do that, but just unfortunate that play didn't really come to fruition.
Referee takes a look at the watch. Rogers belts it forward. Calera's back on the field. He's okay. No, he's won a free kick. Still we go on here. And now there's a yellow card, a lacrosse law yellow card for Eric Kinsler, who cannot believe it, the 22-year-old. He's playing his 11th game of the season, 11th start, and he's saying, I haven't done anything else wrong, and I'm getting a yellow card. Maybe on another day, Anna, he doesn't get that yellow card, but certainly the referee deemed it to be worthy of a lacrosse law yellow card.
We'll get another look at it here. Unfortunate at this stage in the half as well, with the positioning of the free kick. It's tough, both players going for the ball there. I think maybe the referee seeing a bit of a hook or a shove there is what he's calling.
I think you make a good point there. I don't think we saw that on that camera angle there, but I think maybe he just held the arm and stopped Calera progressing forward. Free kick late on. FC Tulsa would love a third here. Here's Weber. Strong header away from Waters, and the referee says that will do it for the first half. It's been an entertaining first half, Anna, and FC Tulsa will go into the locker room with their noses ahead, 2-1 up.
An opportunity for both teams to take a moment, reset, coming out here into the second half, but FC Tulsa going down early after a great goal from Knapp early on for the Red Wolves. But FC Tulsa finds themselves in a position ahead after a goal from Carrera and then Weber as well. Entertaining first half really for both of these teams, and excited to see what the second half has in store.
Yeah, we hope for more goals in the second half. We've got lots to get through in the Williams halftime show. We'll go to break now with the score: FC Tulsa 2, Chattanooga Red Wolves Soccer Club 1.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the Seat View feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
When I come home, it's like I feel like I'm in my dream home. I've been doing a little research on HELOCs, and I went to Oklahoma Central Credit Union. They were wonderful. We've added pretty much a new addition to our house. We didn't even have to pay the closing cost. They paid it for us. So I've been with Oklahoma Central for quite a while. I'm not going anywhere else.
Well, we've seen 3 goals and a very entertaining first half. We hope for lots more. We've got lots to get through, though, in the Williams halftime show before the second half. FC Tulsa 2, Chattanooga Red Wolves 1.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way.
Focus!
Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power.
Whatever it takes.
Trusted for over 100 years. Tiger Balm's proven herbal blend tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger so that you can rise above pain.
Let's make a Karate Kid.
And get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Today we went to the beach, and it was totally worth it. Stay 3 nights this summer at Best Western and get $50 off a future stay.
3 ice-cold Jägermeister shots, please. Those look warm.
Serve it cold, or don't serve it at all. Jägermeister. Damn, that's cold.
Brilliant strike from Nicoletto. Push the switchbacks up 1-0. Slotted toward goal. A flying start for Charleston batting at home.
They say it's a radio show, so why are we on TV? That's a good question. We've got a lot of them for Sean McCauley. The Indy 11 head coach joins us this week.
Feel like he's got some ideas that are going to help revolutionize the Indy 11 and what the championship looks like moving forward from a recruiting standpoint. North Carolina FC ends Louisville's historic unbeaten run to start the season. What does it mean overall?
We chat about all that and more. USL All Access Tuesday night.
Well, welcome back into One Oak Field. Beautiful evening here. FC Tulsa 2, Chattanooga Red Wolves 1. Let's have a look at the standings for the Jägermeister Cup. And in Group 1, you can see 3 teams on 6 points there. Sacramento, Republic, Las Vegas and Monterey Bay. San Antonio and New Mexico leading the way in Group 2. In Group 3, which is the one that we're interested in with this game, of course, Indy 11 and Birmingham Legion FC. I can tell you that went to a penalty shootout, and Indy 11 have come out with that one. They go on to 8 points, and Birmingham Legion on to 7. And FC Tulsa, if the score stayed this way, would be on 4 points. And as you can see, Rhode Island and Hartford Athletic leading the way in Group 4. The top two go through. Loudoun and Charlotte Independence leading the way in Group 5. In Group 6, Miami FC and Tampa Bay Rowdies representing Florida well there in Group 6. And Anna alongside me. The top two go through, but before we look at the scores, there are some wild cards up for grabs in this competition.
Right, 6 group winners, and then you have the 2 wild cards that will advance to the quarterfinals, and there are a couple opportunities to get those wild card bids. You have goals for in group play, head-to-head earned in group play, so there's multiple chances, and it really is down to the final wire here. And if you're FC Tulsa or you're the Red Wolves, just needing to score goals, and goal differential comes into play as well. So that's something really just trying to control the controllables at this point. You mentioned 6 group winners. Those are pretty solidified, but the 2 wild cards still yet to be determined here.
And let's have a look at where the goals have gone in. And you can see there, Switchbacks 0. San Antonio 2. Also, there was a good win for Lexington by 3-0 to 10-man Richmond Kickers. There was a 4-1 win there for Rhode Island. And as we told you about, Indy 11 and Birmingham Legion went to a penalty shootout, which was won by Indy 11. And then Forward Madison have beaten on Knoxville by 1-0. And tomorrow, Lou City take on North Carolina. As we look at some news and notes, and North Carolina we just told you about, well, they had a good week because they ended Lou City's unbeaten streak on Friday night at 19 games. That was 4 games shy of equaling the lead record. Well done to Lou City for that run. Well done to North Carolina for breaking the streak and importing another Ranger. Orange County SC signed former Rangers and Scotland Youth International Stephen Kelly from Scottish Premiership side Livingston. And streaking to the top, Spokane Velocity FC has gone unbeaten through 11 matches to go top of the League One standings following a 1-0 victory over the Richmond Kickers. Congratulations to them. Well, we've got lots more to come in the second half. We'll go to another break now with the halftime score. FC Tulsa 2, Chattanooga Red Wolves 1.
What does it take to safely transport 1/3 of America's natural gas? To meet the ever-growing energy demands of revolutionary technologies? To cleanly, reliably, and affordably power the world? It takes experience. 117 years worth. Experience that helps society move towards brave new horizons in technology and innovation that continues powering the future of our nation and the globe. Experience powers us.
Hi, I'm Bill Knight for Bill Knight Ford, and we're proud to be part of the Tulsa community and Oklahoma's #1 Ford dealer for 16 years, providing you with unmatched sales and ownership experience. We're grateful for the trust and support you've shown us, making our continued growth and success possible. Here's to 16 years of sales leadership and many more to come.
Join us at Bill Knight Ford and BillKnightFord.com, 96th and Memorial, and home of the Knight Advantage.
At Ascension St. John, we're committed to being your first choice for healthcare in Oklahoma. For movement disorders, spine care, and more, our brain and spine specialists lead in coordinating advanced care. Patients choose us for advanced heart care and personalized cancer care. And we also excel in the things that can't be measured. Listening more closely, caring more compassionately.
Well, tonight's match is brought to you by Ascension St. John. Illness and injuries don't wait, neither do we. Ascension St. John is here when you need us. Visit us at ascension.org/St. John. By Bill Knight Ford, home of the Knight Advantage. By Williams, we make clean energy happen. And Jägermeister is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the inaugural USL Jägermeister Cup. Take a shot at glory and celebrate the magic of this exciting new tournament all year long. Please drink responsibly as we take you to the first half highlights with my broadcast partner Anna Berglund. It's been quite an entertaining first half, Anna.
It has, and the Red Wolves came in with high intensity, high energy, and able to get on the board first. Great piece of play on the wing, and Knapp able to collect himself right about the penalty spot and slot that one away past Cole Johnson. And then Carrera, with some time here, able to watch that ball all the way in. Kind of an awkward play here, but he does a great job reading that one all the way right into that near post corner, and FC Tulsa able to find their way back here again in the lead with a goal by Weber. So first half, a lot going on here, and excited to see what we have in store for the second.
Yeah, and here are the stats of the first half, and let's see if this tells us a bit of a story. Well, I guess with the shots it does, Anna, and also FC Tulsa having the lion's share of possession.
FC Tulsa in those first few minutes, you know, they got scored on, but then they were able to kind of absorb some of that pressure and settle into the game a bit, and then they really found their rhythm. After they found the equalizer, they started to settle in, control most of the possession. You saw the shots on target. That started to uptick a bit, players playing with a bit more confidence in the final third, and then ultimately able to get that next goal to put them in the lead. So Chattanooga Red Wolves SC needing to come out here in the second half, find a goal quick to give themselves an opportunity to settle in and ultimately try to get some points. Teams, again, Dave, we were talking about vying for those wild card spots. So important to see many goals scored to try to give themselves the best opportunity here.
Yeah, indeed it is. Let's have a look at the team of the week before we get underway for the second half. And this is, of course, is the Jägermeister Cup team of round 2. And you can see there Kamara in the central midfield with Noriega from Heartland Athletic. Well done to all of those players, and also to the coach of the round, and that was to Bobby Murphy of Portland Hearts of Pine. Congratulations to all of those players, and of course there'll be a team of the week from this round 3 to come in future days. Teams are out onto the field, and we are going to get set for this one. Just to tell you, if you're late to the broadcast here on ESPN Plus and also by 41 in Tulsa here, it was the Chattanooga Red Wolves who took the lead through Knapp, but FC Tulsa in your frame there have pegged them back with 2 second half goals from Calera and Weber. And Anna, as you said, I mean, you know, if Chattanooga Red Wolves can get the next goal, then, you know, fair play to them. They bring it back to 2-2 and it's a real game on. If FC Tulsa go out and get a couple of goals now, you know, which would obviously do their interest in staying in the competition good, you know, it could well be game over pretty quickly. But this is cup football. I mean, anything literally can happen, can't it?
It can, and you'll expect to see the Red Wolves. They have that kind of block, that really strong defensive, you know, tactics, but now they're having to come out of that a bit. They're having to take more risks to try to find that equalizer. So that's kind of a catch-22, because when they do that, they relinquish some of that comfort defensively, and FC Tulsa might be able to exploit that. So look for that as this second half really starts to develop, because FC Tulsa is wanting to push forward, as you mentioned, and try to find that third goal. But with Chattanooga Red Wolves SC also trying to do the same, find that equalizer, they leave themselves a bit exposed in the back potentially.
Well, Luke Spencer there has made a change at half-time. Alex DeLu has come off, and on comes Stefan Lukic, and that's a like-for-like swap. And also for Chattanooga Red Wolves, on comes Joshua Ramos, the number 11, 25-year-old. He's got 3 assists this season, so he comes into the fray. And the referee, Matt Thompson, is just waiting. I think we're getting some repairs to the goal at the far end, and that's why Mr. Thompson is delaying the start of the second half. So always interesting when you know, they're always interesting, Anna, when coaches make changes at half-time. Sometimes it's, you know, they want to give somebody else a run in the competition maybe, or it could be a tactical thing. But for FC Tulsa, Lukic coming on for DeLu is pretty much like for like, isn't it?
It is, and that was something coming into this game. You knew, FC Tulsa has a lot of depth on the bench, a lot of competition for those positions, and so that's something that Luke Spencer has really tried to, obviously play to this team's advantage and the personnel on the field, wanting to give themselves the best chance to win, but also wanting to keep players healthy, keep them fresh, and just the longevity of this team throughout the season. So you're right, sometimes it can really change the dynamic when you bring someone in at halftime, but with the quality of players that this FC Tulsa team has, wanting to kind of raise the bar here and potentially try to find that third goal early.
Well, the fireworks go off. We're hoping for plenty of fireworks on the field in a good way, plenty of more entertainment to bring you here on ESPN Plus, and also My41 here locally in Tulsa. Dave Saunders alongside Anna Bergel, bringing you this one to bring the curtain down on the games in June. Bentley goes to ground, but Serrato would just scoop the ball looking for Goldthorpe, but that one eaten up by the Chattanooga Red Wolves defence. Now Stauffer's been beaten. That's a good ball over the top and a great start, but in fact there was a push there from Mercer on Rogers. Good start from the away side.
Yeah, Rogers did really well there, just positionally. It was a great ball in. Good 1v1 on the wing as well to cut inside and create that opportunity. Mercer just doesn't get that one right. Rogers does a good job there to get himself in between kind of the ball and the player and draw that foul.
Joshua Ramos is wearing 11. He's come on to the left-hand side. Try to give the League One side a little bit of width on that left-hand side. Sissoko goes to ground. Referee blowing the whistle. We'll want a word with Mercer here. Just see the replay there. I don't think it was malicious, Anna. I think Sissoko does well to get across there and just gets a little bump in the back. Chattanooga Red Wolves are building their team, founded in 2018, and they're acquitting themselves very well in League One, Anna. They've got some good homegrown players, and they like to bring players through, don't they, within their own club?
Yeah, they have kind of a developmental program, and a few of those players have made it to the first team, Grayson Mercer being one of them. And I think it's really neat, kind of the pipeline that they've developed and what they've really created in Chattanooga. They have a privately funded stadium that's really neat, that brings a lot of excitement to the surrounding areas. So it's fun to see how this club and this program have really, continued to grow over the last few years since inception.
Owen Darm to Arthur Rogers. Rogers goes back to Sissoko. Stauffer. Talking of building, FC Tulsa have got plenty of players in their first season. We talked to Delence Pierre right at the top of the program, coming in, having won the championship with Colorado Springs Switchbacks, and he saw something here Joe Indam is seeing, and he's just overdone that one. But Delence Pierre saw something that FC Tulsa are doing here, and they're building as well, Anna, and it's been a good season in the league in particular for them, and they've conceded the fewest goals in the whole of the USL Championship Western Conference, excuse me. So you know, they're building from the back. All good teams are built on a good defence, and it's exciting times for both of these teams that we're seeing out here tonight.
It is, and Pierre alluded to it when we were talking to him, just how important culture is and just the standard that these clubs want to create, and he felt that with Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC, but then also feels a very similar atmosphere here at FC Tulsa and what, you know, the ownership group are trying to develop here in FC Tulsa, and we've seen that level really raise this season, and Luke Spencer a big part of that, so it's been really fun to see the trajectory of this club and where they've come so far.
Goal kick for Jason Smith, who acquitted himself, as we said, very well in that first half, made a couple of fine saves, was beaten by a couple of goals. Couldn't do much about that. FC Tulsa building now with Stauffer, and noticeably Anna Stauffer has gone back to the more regulation left back, and Owen Darm to the more regulation right back. Here's Boubacar Diallo. It's interesting, you know, what the approach from both coaches, you know, what they would have said in the locker room, because obviously goals, as we said, could be important. Obviously, predominantly you want first and foremost the win, but then you want to go on and win it well with goals that could count later on in the competition.
And I think it was likely, you know, point of emphasis for both teams. There were moments in that first half where the Red Wolves did a great job in and around the 18-yard box, finding that width, creating chances, and they just didn't have as much as the game went on.
Here's Weber onto his right foot, hits the defender. It's going to come to Owen Darm. FC Tulsa knocking on the door here, looking for a third. Now back to Rogers. Here's Darm. Rogers again. Oh, wonderful from Lukic. Ball back to Lukic. Oh, that's a wonderful goal. The substitute, who's only been on the field a couple of minutes, finishes a beautifully worked move. And no wonder he's pleased, because he's got FC Tulsa's third. It's FC Tulsa 3, Chattanooga Red Bulls 1.
Arthur Rogers starting this play off, but just look at the combination play and the creativity between Lukic and Carrera. Lukic continues his run going forward and able to just see that ball all the way through to the far post for his second of the season. Just exciting to see the joy and combination play between those two players. Well link up play. Arthur Rogers, we've talked about all game, Dave, how he can be so dangerous when he drives into the attack as a defender, forcing the opposition to make a decision there. And just a well-worked play, ending in a great goal for FC Tulsa, and they're able to extend their lead here, creating a bit of separation.
And this was the score for the Chattanooga Red Bulls when they went to Birmingham Legion. They lost by 3-1. Of course, this game far from over. Here's the long throw. Short throw in the end from Green. Now Green dumps the ball into the box, and there are more goals here. Now there's a head injury. Two players have clashed inadvertently there, so the game will be stopped, quite rightly. I think it's Knapp down there for Chattanooga Red Wolves. Just trying to see who it is down for FC Tulsa there, but never nice to see a clash of heads. Both sets of players were quickly waving the training staff on. Knapp is holding his head there. We'll just see what happened here, Anna.
Yeah, we'll get a quick look. Dangerous ball in. Both players, you see, it looks like eye on the ball, just trying to do the right thing there, but just unfortunate. You hate to see when that happens.
Well, I think it's Arthur Rogers, and I think they're calling for a substitution here, and this could be a very big moment for this young man. Anthony Harper, a local lad, getting the handshake there and thought of very highly by the FC Tulsa staff. He's been working really hard in training, and he's been knocking on the door, Anna, as Anthony Harper, by all accounts, for a place in the team. And obviously a couple of players injured in his position. He is a centre back, and Arthur Rogers thankfully is sat up now, but a big moment for this young man.
It's really neat when you see young players kind of come up through the ranks on an academy contract and done really well locally, opportunity to play in college. And I know, as you mentioned, Dave, he's thought really highly of from his teammates and the intensity that he brings in practice, but want to make sure FC Tulsa players are okay. Red Wolves, Knapp looks to be up after that tough collision. Roger is still on the ground being attended to.
Yeah, never a nice moment here for the players, of course, recovering. Knapp is now thankfully stood up with his athletic trainer, going through the protocols. The crowd have stayed with it. They always get behind FC Tulsa, win, lose or draw, and at the moment they're seeing, for the first time I believe this season at One Oak Field, 3 goals scored by their team. Knapp is jogging away, so I think he's okay. Just seeing if we are indeed going to see Anthony Harper on, or whether Arthur Rogers is fit enough to continue. Anthony Harper doing some fairly vigorous warming up over there. And with the score at 3-1, there he is chatting to Luke Spencer. We're all waiting to see whether Arthur Rogers is indeed going to make it back onto the field, and I think you can see there at the moment Anthony Harper's long-awaited debut is going to be put on hold. There's Arthur Rogers. He's been through the protocols, getting a drink. Knowing Arthur Rogers, he won't want to come off. He's such a true professional. Rarely is a smile away from his face. Loves playing for FC Tulsa, and I think he might be coming back onto the field. So remains 3-1. Thankfully, both those players are okay. Knapp's waiting to come back on as Goldthorpe lays it down to Lucas Storfer. Now Serato. Boubacar Diallo is having to go in as a temporary centre-back alongside A.B. Sissoko. Both teams temporarily down to 10. And first and foremost, Anna, we're very glad that both of those players are okay and it wasn't more serious than it was.
It's always scary in those situations when you have head injuries, but going through the protocol, making sure no concussions or anything out of the ordinary. So good to see both of those players up and walking off after that collision.
What's interesting is both of those players are back on, but Anthony Harper there, who must have thought he was coming on, is in a long conversation with Alexis Vizorellis, the assistant coach here at FC Tulsa. So you would have thought he's going to play some part tonight, looking at that conversation, Anna.
And I think, substitutes become a real factor in games like this, especially late on. You have tired legs and want to manage these players throughout the season. Cup play really important, league play really important, and just trying to make sure everyone stays healthy throughout the remainder of the season. So I'd imagine we'll see a few more substitutions in this game.
There is Arthur Rogers, who's recovered. Oh, trying to work the ball down the left-hand side. Storfer, that's a beautiful ball into the box, well caught by the goalkeeper. When you played, I know you weren't often on the bench, but did the coaches have lots of iPads and diagrams and everything that you see now? You're shaking your head. Did they just say, right, get on there, support the play? I mean, the point I'm trying to make, the game has changed so quickly, and there's so much preparation goes into each game, isn't there?
It has, and they have so much information at their fingertips throughout the game. And I feel like when I was on, you had the data and all of the film and leading up to the game, but it felt like once you were in the middle of it, you had your game plan. There might have been a couple tweaks before you went on the field, but for the most part, not as much as we see here in just the strategy for both of these teams.
59th minute, that's the voice of Anna Bogle alongside yours truly, Dave Saunders, as we tell you that Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the Academy to the big league, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select product specials and more. Select, the player's choice. Another foul. And FC Tulsa have a free kick. There's the Brazilian Yelefi. Calera's again in the wars there. There's Serato. Interesting Brazil versus Brazil there. Serato and Yelefi. Here's the foul. Where you've seen worse, Anna Bogle.
You have. I think nothing malicious there. Just had that late touch away. Comes in late, referee right on the spot, and it looks like we might see a substitution here.
Well, as we said, big moment for this young man. He graduated high school. There's Harvey Sinclair coming on as well for Storfer. Anthony Harper getting a shake of the hand from Luke Spencer, and Arthur Rogers, I think sensibly, Anna comes off. So 2 changes to the back 4. And Harvey Sinclair will come on at left back, and Anthony Harper goes alongside A.B. Sissoko. Not a bad player to go alongside and help you through your first minutes in an FC Tulsa shirt, is it? And here he is, his first touch for FC Tulsa. Anthony Harper in the orange boots, 18 years of age. He was telling me he could almost walk to the stadium. He lives that close to the stadium. So well done to him. And as I always say, when I say 18, makes me feel very old, but these players are getting younger and younger, aren't they? We've seen record signings of players, barely into their teens, it seems. So the game, is for young players now, isn't it?
It is, and I think it's just a testament to the quality and competition out there as well too. It just continues to raise the level of play across the world, and you're starting to see more and more kind of developmental programs, especially here in the States, which is really exciting to see.
Dom gets a 1-2. Owen Dom! Oh, that's a wonderful goal! What a well-worked goal from FC Tulsa! And Owen Dom with the biggest smile on his face, and why not? He got the 1-2 and he finishes it off. Daylight between the two teams. FC Tulsa 4, Chattanooga Red Wolves 1.
We've seen some really incredible pieces of play between FC Tulsa players tonight in the final third. The combination play. Dom continues his run through the midfield centrally and does a great job. Beats Smith, just tucked in that far post, and finds the back of the net for the second time this season. And you said it, Dave, well-worked play from FC Tulsa as they extend their lead to 4.
Well, and you talk about professional outfits, and I was joking about the technicals of behind the scenes, but a lot of the work still goes on the training field, and they've done that a couple of times tonight. You can clearly see that FC Tulsa know what they're doing here, coached by Luke Spencer, and that was a very well-worked goal. The last 2 goals involving the substitutes as well have been very well-worked goals.
And you're right, a lot of that work, we see the final play, but the movement off the ball as well, just the understanding of where players are going, so you can tell that what's going on in training has made its way onto the field, which is always satisfying as a head coach to see.
Of course, the second time that FC Tulsa this season have hit 4. They did win 4-1 in Vegas back on April the 19th. So Chattanooga Red Bulls now have a mountain to climb. That's a good punch away by the goalkeeper. Knapp again gets a bit of a bump there. He's got to be careful. I had that head injury, of course. Ball into the box again, headed away by Calera, who's back there, and then headed on by Goldthorpe. And there was a slightly late challenge, and so FC Tulsa will have another free kick. Well, you can watch the USL Championship and League One all season on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN Plus. Go to uslchampionship.com or uslleague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. 4-1 the score, and FC Tulsa will want to keep scoring here, but if you're a Red Wolves fan, you want to get a goal very quickly here to give you a chance in this game tonight. Here's Knapp, who seems to be okay after the head clash with Arthur Rogers, who's sensibly been substituted. FC Tulsa are preparing another couple of substitutions. Yulafi. Gomez out to the right to Green. Left-footed ball into the box, looking for the substitute. And that was an easy one for the referee to give. Owen Darm just waited for the whistle to go. And we're going to see a couple of substitutions for Chattanooga Red Wolves here. Going to see Wine and Vessels come on, as well as Omar Hernandez. And Brazilian Lafi is leaving as well. So Wine and Vessels, the South African, comes on into the central midfield. He has made 5 starts this season. First season with the Red Wolves. So a chance again for these substitutes to make their mark. Here's Anthony Harper just giving that one away. Weber. Calera just played it in behind Lukic. Bentley has been fairly quiet by his own standards tonight, the Englishman. Waters. Omar Gomez. First touch for Omar Hernandez. The ball is out. Well, Tulsa Spine and Rehab are a team of specialists in one place, delivering lasting pain relief. Now, this is another big moment here, Anna Bergel, because Patrick Segrist is coming on for Owen Darm. Harvey Sinclair, I think, will move across to right back, but Patrick Segrist has come back from injury. It's been a long road back, and a welcome back to him on the field.
Yeah, FC Tulsa definitely happy to have him back and available. It's always tough to come back from injury, but great for him to get some minutes tonight, build some confidence back.
Owen Darm, who scored the goal and now has been substituted. Well done to him for that goal. This is a really good run. Oh, and a trip just outside the box, says the referee. A foul, as you see, committed by Owen Green, just outside the box. Calera thought that he may well have had a penalty there. Now, Elliot Goldthorpe just outside the box. Referee was right there, Anna. Let's have a look at the replay.
Yeah, referee in a good position. Good piece of play, though. Tight feet, you see the technique, just weaving through players. Definitely close, but referee calling the initial contact just outside the penalty area.
4-1 the score. FC Tulsa want more here. Goldthorpe could well go towards goal. Here he is, he does, but he's just got over the top of that one. You could just see, and he's disappointed by his own standards, that he just got underneath it. And it will be a goal kick for that man, Jason Smith. It's a lovely shot from just behind the goal. FC Tulsa have produced 2 very fine second half team goals. Joshua Ramos was fouled. Omar Gomez was involved there from the back. Ball is out, throw in, and we're coming up to the 69-minute mark here at One Oak Field. So pushed by AB Sissoko. And it'll be a throw into FC Tulsa. There wasn't a push for a foul, says the referee. Sissoko's got the captain's armband. Here's Siegrist. This time the throw in to the visitors. After leaving Tulsa, they have a game next Saturday in League One against One Knoxville. And they go to Richmond Kickers. And then a game on Wednesday the 16th at home versus Texoma FC. And another home game on the 19th versus Spokane Velocity FC. And then to finish out July, they will play One Knoxville again. So playing them twice, of course, once in the Jägermeister Cup as well. But you can see that Chattanooga Red Bulls are a professional outfit and they're going places, and I think we will keep our eyes on their progress, because they're certainly doing well in USL League One, and they look a professional outfit, well coached, and they've got some good players.
They do, and they're still relatively new in the grand scheme of things as far as the franchise, and have done a really good job just settling into the league. And you mentioned, you know, relegation starting to become in the mix with the USL Championship.
And Bentley hits the shot, which is well saved, and will make Cole Johnson feel good about himself. And Bentley, who had that shot, is one of their stars. He's got 4 goals this season, and this was a good run from him, Anna.
It is. We'll get another look here. Just a great individual effort. Does well to keep the ball close. Opts for the shot from distance. Just doesn't get enough on it, but great piece of play.
FC Tulsa will be going to Miami for their next match on the 5th of July, and a couple of July home games against Las Vegas Lights and Monterey Bay FC before 2 more away games at Louisville City and Indy 11, of course, on the last Saturday of July, the last game in the Jägermeister Cup. Couple more substitutions. Here's the top goal scorer, Pedro Hernandez. Hernandez is prolific in front of goal. He's scored in the last 5 consecutive games as Pedro Hernandez, so he's come on here to make an impact. Here's Harper. Goes long, looking for Calera. Waters sticks out a big right foot and clears the ball. FC Tulsa wanting more here. They're inside the box with Calera. Calera trying to get the ball from under his feet. Away only as far as Diallo. Diallo will play it wide to Patrick Siegrist. Sissoko. Siegrist trying to thread the ball through. Red Bulls clear their lines. And Harper clears the ball. Red Bulls made a couple of substitutions. Throw in for the Red Bulls here, who are trying to get back in this game, trailing by 4 goals to 1. Ball headed away, and FC Tulsa survived that one. Waters building from the back. In fact, he stayed forward. Now he's just retreating a little bit, but they have to kind of go for it a little bit now. It is cup football. The only time you get no points is if you lose the game outright. Of course, you get 1 point if you can force it to a penalty shootout and lose that one, as FC Tulsa found out. We've got 16 minutes left of this one. And it's a throw-in for the Red Wolves. Here's Knapp. Knapp was pulled. Certainly been in the thick of it physically as Knapp. So he's okay there. He's worked hard for his team tonight. Bentley this time was fouled by A.B. Sissoko. Bentley hasn't scored in his last 4 matches, but he does have 4 goals and 19 shots for the season. Had a couple of seasons with Richmond Kickers and enjoying his time at Chattanooga Red Wolves. Free kick. Omar Hernandez. 2 goals, 2 assists this season. Last goal versus South Georgia Tormentor in early May. Goes to the right-hand side. Harvey Sinclair it was there with the tackle. Here's the throw into the box. Harper's there to head it up into the air. Ball is loose and the referee has spotted a foul. So Anthony Harper with the first header there. I think we're going to have a hydration break here. The referee's saying it is a pretty warm night. There is Anthony Harper making his debut. There's the referee who's been in the thick of things. And a 4-1. I mean, if you're FC Tulsa here, do you try and go for more goals, or do you say, okay, 4-1, that's enough, we'll go away with the win? And it's looking like it could be the wild card, you know, for FC Tulsa.
I think when we've seen Luke Spencer talk throughout this season, he's not the type of coach to take his foot off the gas. So I'd imagine, you know, FC Tulsa will continue to try to put themselves in a position to score goals. And we've talked about, you know, some of the different personnel coming back from injury, making debuts, and a lot of quality minutes still left to be played for this team. So I'd imagine he'll continue to want to raise the level, and players coming from the bench on the field want to raise the level as well to try to continue to earn their spot. So I think there's still a lot of competition left in this game. Obviously, if you're the Red Wolves, wanting to find a quick goal to give yourself an opportunity as the clock is winding down. They've had a good showing, but FC Tulsa really sitting pretty comfortably right now in this game.
Yeah, and sitting comfortably in third place on 4 points if it stayed like this. Of course, Indy 11 topped the group with 8. They've won on a penalty shootout against Birmingham Legion, who get a point tonight, go on to 7. So it would come down to the last game. FC Tulsa have actually scored a 7. They've conceded 6. But they'll just want to keep on scoring. If they could score a couple more, it might just help them along here. Of course, there is still a chance if they go to Indy 11 in that last game and they can get the 3 points. They could certainly be level with Birmingham Legion if Birmingham Legion, of course, were to lose their last game. So it all comes down to that last game, Birmingham Legion at home to Forward Madison on the 26th. FC Tulsa going to Indy 11. Nothing's going to be easy, but there's lots of twists and turns, you feel, in this competition before we know who's going to be in that last 8. credit the opposition. They're 4-1 down. They've kept going. They've brought the substitutes on. And if they get the next goal pretty quickly here, we've played 79 minutes, who knows? We've seen incredible games tonight. There was a really thrilling game at Tormenta, which actually finished with Charleston winning that one on a penalty shootout in normal time. Charleston were going along quite nicely on the 64th minute with Ikaza getting the third, so it was 3-1, and then Vivas scored to make it 3-2. Then there was a penalty missed by Vivas, and then in the 94th minute Reed Stephen got the equalizer, but alas there was one penalty missed, and 5-4 it was on penalties to the USL Championship side. Here 4-1. Siegrist plays it back to Sissoko. Left-footed ball up to the chest of Jamie Webber. As you can see, FC Tulsa looking to make another substitute. Sweet Shots substitution. Pedro Hernandez fouled there. Both coaches have made plenty of Sweet Shots substitutions, and I think we're going to see another substitution here. There's Harvey Sinclair. Free kick then for Chattanooga Red Wolves. Played into the box, comes off Bentley's head, and away by Siegrist, who will concede the corner here, the Katrina Freshmax corner. FC Tulsa will have to defend. Across goes Joshua Ramos, there he is, in frame, with that trusty left foot. Low into the box, it hit Bentley. Throw in. Bentley actually thought he wanted a penalty there as it hit the hand of his compatriot Elliot Goldthorpe. Nothing doing from the assistant referee or the referee. There's Siegrist with Bentley. Omar Hernandez with the throw-in into the danger area. Shot over the top. Nothing doing. You know, and I say again, and I credit Chattanooga Red Bulls. I mean, they've kept going. They're a professional outfit. You'd expect them to keep going, but you know, they're 4-1 down, but they're still taking the game to FC Tulsa here.
No, they definitely haven't tried to continue going forward, and you knew coming into this second half especially, this FC Tulsa has done a great job of putting together some team goals, which gives us, you know, the 4-1 scoreline, but you knew that Chattanooga would have to, you know, chase this game a bit more, leave themselves a bit exposed in the back, so you'd expect some of that, but they've continued to fight, continued to put pressure on this FC Tulsa defense.
Elliot Goldthorpe is being withdrawn here, and Mr. Coley, the Australian, coming on late here for FC Tulsa. As the world demands low-cost, low-carbon energy, Williams will be there with the best transport, storage and delivery solutions. Williams, we make clean energy happen. 4-1 the score. Dave Saunders, Anna Berger with you. Anthony Harper's been fouled by Bentley. Well, can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157 North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights, plus hear live matches from the USL, MLS Premier League and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the new Sirius XM app. 6 minutes left of the 90 minutes as Weber strides forward for FC Tulsa, gets fouled, but referee's played an advantage, and in fact he's going to bring it back because there was no advantage that accrued there. Weber's worked hard, Bentley picks him up sportingly. Serrato having a word in the referee's ear. The other thing, of course, Anna, it does so much for your confidence. I mean, FC Tulsa have been confident all season, don't get me wrong, but, you know, when you bang in 4 goals, and who knows, there could be more, and it doesn't matter what cup you're in or what the scenarios are, it gives you confidence to win a game of football, doesn't it?
You're right, and FC Tulsa, really throughout the season, they've been successful, clearly with winning, but some of those have been tight games. They've been 1-0, you know, really close matches, and so for the attack for FC Tulsa defensively, they've always been sound. But you're exactly right, when what you've worked on in training, and clearly they've been working on that combination play, the movement off the ball, and when it comes to fruition in a game setting, it's just a good feeling as a forward or as a winger, and so it's exciting to see that happen here in this game, and I'm sure Luke Spencer is thrilled to see that come into play.
And they're knocking the ball around here, making the opposition chase. Here's Harper. Siegrist back from injury in his 3rd season with FC Tulsa. Cody tries to nutmeg the defender. Ball's loose in the midfield for Diallo to pick up the pieces. And the referee said there will be a free kick for FC Tulsa, and you know, for Chattanooga Red Wolves, what can they take from this? I mean, barring a miracle, you know, they're going to go down and lose this game, famous last words, so probably go and score 3 goals in the last few minutes, but I mean, what can they take away from this?
You know, this is really good competition on the road, playing against FC Tulsa, coming out really strong as well and scoring that first goal. Knapp had a great goal early on in this game. It's unfortunate that they've really had to chase this game, but I think there have been some good moments. They've had some build-up. They've been able to get the ball in and around the penalty area and create some good chances. So there's definitely positives to draw from this game. And Dave, you mentioned coming into this game, they lost their last game, but prior to that had 6 unbeaten. So they've really had some good spells throughout the season. So definitely pick their head up after this game, and a lot left to play for here as they sit pretty well in their current standings as well and want to go on to have a successful season.
Here's Harper. Just gets dispossessed there. And the shot was wide of the target. Harper holds his hand up. Sissoko encouraging him. And the shot is wide from Bentley. Bentley's worked hard. He had a reasonably quiet first half, but he's come into it a little bit more in the second.
He has. He's done a great job, you know, continuing to push forward, try to dispossess defenders. Does a great job there doing so. He's had some shots in and around the 18. He had a shot from distance that forced Johnson to make a save, but has come into his own more in the second half, but needing a bit more just to find a few more goals here.
There's the ball to the back of the box. Now played back into the area, headed away. Good play from Ramos. And then he gets tripped, and it will be a free kick for the Red Wolves. Joshua Ramos, the 24-year-old defender from the US Virgin Islands, joined the Red Wolves from South Georgia Tormentor FC, where he made 27 appearances across all competitions in his debut season in 2024. Has played 5 seasons for the US Virgin Islands as well. Here's Bentley, who's kept going, and he's won a corner for his team. Sportingly picked up by A.B. Sissoko. So Katrina Freshmack's corner for both teams. They've made all their sweet shots substitutions now. Here's the corner into the near post. It's flicked on, but it's going to go away for a goal kick, says the referee. And we've got 30 seconds left before we see the Tulsa Tech stoppage time will be shown on the board of the 4th official. FC Tulsa in no hurry now. Just wonder whether it might be smart if they could get another goal here. As we say, with the goals scored maybe coming into play.
Right, I mean, every goal counting here when you're looking at the wild card determination. The tie-breaking scenario starting with the goals for in group play, then you have head-to-head earned in group play, total wins, and then it continues from there. But goals scored, very important as you start to finalize those spots for the quarterfinals.
Declan Waters, the Irishman, belting the ball away there. Anywhere will do. Siegrist comes forward now in Tulsa Tech stoppage time for FC Tulsa, who lead this 3rd round of the Jägermeister Cup by 4-1. It was pretty evenly poised at half-time, 2-1, and then goals in the 62nd minute. Actually, the 51st, first, of course, for Lukic, the 3rd, and then Owen Darm in the 62nd was the last goal we had in this game. Chattanooga Red Wolves have come at FC Tulsa in this second half, still probing. Now with Bentley and Pedro Hernandez up front. Goes all the way back to the goalkeeper Smith, who clears. Header forward from Harvey Sinclair. Smith clears towards that right-hand side. Siegrist cleverly lets it go. We'll take a throw in here. 2 minutes to go. So one more round in the group play of the Jägermeister Cup at the last Saturday of July 26th. FC Tulsa, as said, will go to Indy 11, who currently top the group on 8 points. FC Tulsa, if it finishes like this, will finish the night on 4 points, and now there's an injury to one of the defenders. I think it's Omar Gomez there out of shot, who's picked himself up. It is in fact Omar Gomez. Who just has to leave the field, gets a drink, and we've got 2 minutes left. Here's Anthony Harper for FC Tulsa. Harvey Sinclair continues his run forward. Lukic, who scored that 3rd goal after coming on at half-time as a sweet shots substitution. Siegrist, another substitute tonight. Another substitute, Anthony Harper. All hogging the ball are the substitutes. Here's Serrato. Red Bulls coming forward again down the left-hand side. As There's a foul, says the referee, so it'll be a chance to get the ball into the box. Free kick then will be taken by Omar Hernandez. He's got a couple of assists this season. Could he produce a third here? The time is pretty much up. There's the ball into the box. Naps in there again. Unafraid to challenge for the ball with his head. Calera. And the referee brings the game to an end. And FC Tulsa, for the first time this season, have scored 4 goals at home. It's the second time they've scored 4 goals this season. And Anna Bergel, in the end, as the fireworks go off, a pretty comprehensive win for the home side.
After going down a goal early, FC Tulsa they really came back with an attacking showcase here in front of their home fans. Through and through, they looked solid defensively as well after going down a goal early, but came back and really just solidified themselves and extended their lead in the second half in a pretty comfortable second half with possession, and saw this game through professionally.
They certainly did, and there's lots of smiles and hugs here, and good to see the officials getting some good handshakes as well. And you know, as we've already discussed it really, Anna, that you know the crowd have stayed with it. They deserve to see a few goals, and this will give FC Tulsa a lot of confidence. Whether they've done enough, or you know, obviously they've got one more game to go. There's Storfer and Calera, who are all smiles, but you know they've got to go to the Indy 11, and that won't be easy. But if they can go there and get a result, who knows? And then you know wildcard could come into play. But it'll give them a lot of confidence, this 4-1 win.
It will for sure, and it definitely says something. You know, doesn't matter who you're playing. If you go down a goal first, it really changes the dynamic of a game. So it was good to see the response from FC Tulsa. I'd imagine Luke Spencer very pleased with that response after going down early at home. Really just came back in full force with the 4 unanswered goals and able to walk away with the 3 points.
The 918 Brigade are happy. They've got the drum ready. They always bang the drum. It'll go to the man of the match, we will reveal in just a moment. But you know they had to work hard, FC Tulsa. It was 2-1 at half-time, wasn't it? And you know they had to work hard. There's Jamie Smith, who banged in the second goal just for half-time. But you know at half-time, Anna, anything could have happened. And in the end, FC Tulsa have come out professionally in the second half and won it by 4-1.
And it was really crucial coming out in the second half, because it sounds simple, but if Chattanooga Red Wolves FC able to get that equalizer, it really changes the dynamic of the game. And FC Tulsa came out high intensity, knew what they had to do, and really just extend that lead and give them a bit of a safety net heading into the second half, and they did just that. And a lot of, you know, you mentioned the debut from Anthony Harper, Segrist coming back from injuries, so a lot of really good quality minutes here for this FC Tulsa team. And with high caliber players, it's tough for some of these really good players to get minutes just because of how quality this team has been so seasoned. So really well-rounded performance from this FC Tulsa team.
There's Calera, who's being closely followed by Jamie Webber. Both of those worked hard very much, and there's the man of the match, and it's going to Taylor Calera, who's just doing the pointing there, presented by Waldo's Chicken and Beer. And yeah, he worked hard, Anna, not just for, you know, the goal that he scored with his header, but he works hard for the team, doesn't he?
He does. He's always been one of those players that FC Tulsa looks for in those close situations to make a difference, and he did exactly that tonight.
Well, let's have a look at the highlights of the game. We've seen 5 goals, plenty of action tonight here at One Oak Field, but it was FC Tulsa here coming forward and scoring with Jamie Webber.
This was a well-worked goal as well. The ball going out wide. Webber holds his run just enough, runs onto it. Great finish here. And then Arthur Rogers did a really good game as well. Gets into the attack, and then the combination play between FC Tulsa. You can tell it's what they've been working on in practice. Lukic and Carrera combining at the top of the 18. Great finish. And then they just continued to do that type of thing. It was great to see Owen Dom combining again, similar goal, but slots that one into the far post. You get another look at it here, continues his run going forward as they pick apart the defense, but just continues to build that confidence in the attacking third, and really an offensive showcase put on tonight in front of FC Tulsa fans.
Yeah, I wonder if we can look at the stats now as you take a look at downtown Tulsa in all its glory tonight. There's the man of the match, Taylor Carrera, the Waldo's Chicken and Beer man of the match. He's scored 10 goals now for the season, and he gets to bang the drum. All of the players celebrating. Lukic coming across as well. He did well with that goal for him. It's been a good all-round night for FC Tulsa. Cole Johnson gets his starting goal in the green there and was beaten once, but he'll be pleased, Anna, you know, to get in that 4-1 win. So congratulations to him. And there is Taylor Carrera, who's going to conduct the 918 Brigade with his teammates, and they will enjoy tonight. Carrera gets to bang the drum for his man of the match performance. And we are going to be joined live on the broadcast now with the victorious coach of FC Tulsa as we look at the players celebrating with their beloved fans who always stay with them. And there he is, Luke Spencer. Luke, congratulations not only on the win but for scoring the 4 goals as well. You must be delighted.
Yeah, definitely good to score 4 goals to get back, you know, in the winning column at home. Yeah, it's a good feeling.
Coach, a couple of really well-worked offensive goals, the combination play. Talk about what you all work in training, and it has to be, you know, really pleasing from your perspective to see that play out in game time.
Yeah, we talked at halftime. We had too many cheap turnovers in the first half. Got into some good areas, but the final pass, we were lacking in the final pass. And so talked at halftime about being more composed, connecting more passes, opening them up a bit, and I felt like we did that in the second half.
Luke, not only a fine win, but you know, you get Cole Johnson gets a good performance in goal. Young Anthony Harper comes in. Good to see Patrick Segrist back. It's a squad game as well, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And we need everyone. You know, we speak about it. It's a big part of our culture. And Anthony trains with us every day, works his butt off. Cole, the same thing. So pleased for those 2 guys in particular that they could come on and do a job for us. And it just builds the strength of the entire group.
Now, at the end of the month, obviously for the Jägermeister Cup, you have to go to Indy 11, who topped the group in what, you know, must be said is a must-win game. But much more before then. You've got to get on the plane and go to Florida to play Miami. So the game's coming thick and fast.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a tough place to play. We know it'll be hot. Humidity will be high. So yeah, we'll come back into work on Monday and prepare for that.
Luke, as always, thanks so much for joining us. Go and enjoy the win with the lads, and well played.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
That's Luke Spencer there, the victorious head coach. You've got to feel pleased for him, you know, that not only have they won the game, but they have scored 4 goals, because, you know, goals at home have been a little bit lacking, and not for, they won some good games 1-0, but to win 4-1 is delightful for him.
Yeah, and I think it says a lot about him as well. You need everyone, and he recognizes that, and a lot of players put on some really good performances tonight, and that will help continue to carry them on and hopefully reach their goals throughout the remainder of the USL Championship season and the Jägermeister Cup.
Tell you what, we'll go for one last break. We'll come back and we'll wrap this one up. FC Tulsa won this one by 4 goals to 1.
What does it take to safely transport 1/3 of America's natural gas? To meet the ever-growing energy demands of revolutionary technologies? To cleanly, reliably, and affordably power the world? It takes experience. 117 years worth. Experience that helps society move towards brave new horizons in technology and innovation that continues powering the future of our nation and the globe. Experience powers us.
Hi,
I'm Ryan Knight for Bill Knight Mitsubishi. Tax season is here, and we want to help you do more with your money by offering incredible savings.
Like the new 2024 Outlander SE, starting at $29,769 or $399 a month. And every new Mitsubishi comes with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
Come by today and experience a level of customer service built on honesty, trust, and a genuine commitment to you. That's Bill Knight Mitsubishi and BillKnightMitsubishi.com.
At Ascension St. John, we're committed to being your first choice for healthcare in Oklahoma. For movement disorders, spine care, and more, our brain and spine specialists lead in coordinating advanced care. Patients choose us for advanced heart care and personalized cancer care. And we also excel in the things that can't be measured. Listening more closely, caring more compassionately.
Well, welcome back into One Oak Field for the last time tonight. Let's take a look at the stats. You've already seen the highlights. Let's have a look at the stats with my broadcast partner, Anna Burgle.
I think the possession tells a story here. FC Tulsa really dominant in that category, able to get some really good shots on target, 8 total for the night. In and around the 18-yard box, we mentioned they went down a goal first early on, but had a great response. 4 different players scoring those goals. Chattanooga Red Wolves SC have the first goal of the night, but just not able to find themselves back in that position. And FC Tulsa go on to win a well-rounded victory here at home.
Well, we've already alluded to it with Coach Luke Spencer, but let's have a look at where these two teams will be playing their next games. First of all, FC Tulsa, who had a week off last week, and they will be going to Miami, I can tell you, on July the 5th, and then 2 home games to look forward to, Anna, and then, well, down the bottom there, they've got to go to Indy 11 and pretty much win the game of football.
Yeah, definitely no easy games at this point in the Jägermeister Cup or in USL Championship play, so have to look ahead towards next game and continue to build from all of the positives that came offensively from the game this evening.
Chattanooga Red Wolves ply their trade in USL League One. They will play Knoxville twice in the month of July. The first one there in the league, and then at the end of the month, their final game in round 4 of the Jägermeister Cup. Games at Richmond Kickers, home to Texoma, and home to Spokane Velocity. Well, good luck to Chattanooga Red Wolves. It's been good to have them in town. Anna, your final thought for this game tonight from you? FC Tulsa win the game of football 4-1.
Jägermeister Cup, always fun to see these teams play that they haven't played each other before. A really entertaining game between these two and well-earned victory from FC Tulsa.
Well, the players are signing autographs, and why not? They do that win, lose or draw here at One Oak Field for FC Tulsa. Anna Burgle, thank you for your company here and expertise tonight. Thank you to our wonderful team who provide the captions, the sounds, the sights, bring you all the pictures of this entertaining game from the Jägermeister Cup. FC Tulsa will be back again later on in the month. Thank you to all of you for tuning in on ESPN Plus and My41 here in Tulsa. It's been a great night for FC Tulsa. It finished FC Tulsa 4, Chattanooga Red Wolves 1.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.